Good afternoon, guys and girls. Rob here with you this afternoon, and we may have some guests on. I don't know. We may have one, we may have two, we may have 10 before it's over with. I don't know. I don't know my situation right now. As they pop in, we will talk to them. Don't know exactly where we stand with everybody right now. Don't know. Like I say, if we have some people come in here, it will be wonderful. Eric Jensen was here just a moment or two ago, I think before we got started. And so maybe he will come back. I don't know. I've sent some invitations out to a few people that I know that love wrestling, okay, that are pure wrestling fans. And we may just focus on one federation today. We may go from one to the other to the other to the other. Um, Maybe today we talk about the heels. Talk about who the great heels in wrestling. You know, um, they're the ones that make it sport anyway. The good guys are good, all well and good, but the heel is what makes the sport go round and round. That's my opinion, purely my opinion, but we'll see what other people say if they come in here and want to join with us. Okay. Um, if you've been watching my channel for Square Circle Wrestling, I do appreciate it. Been doing that better part of a month now, and I enjoy it immensely. I really, really enjoy it. It's a lot of fun. A little bit of work to it. It's a little bit of work to keep it going, but it's fun. It's a lot of fun, and it's just it's just a lot. It's just a lot of fun. That's the easiest way to put it. Um, like I say, I've got a couple of invitations out there. Let's see if anybody wants to join up. If they're going to join, come in here with us. A couple people done said they got some stuff going on this afternoon, this evening, but maybe we get somebody in here to chat with us. That's what I want. I want to get some people to come in here and chat with us. Let us know what's happening in the world. Um, Wrestling two, 2023 compared to wrestling at 2000, wrestling 1990, 1980s, 1970s. What's the difference in it? There's differences. There are major differences now. Um, the language they use now, especially in MLW, Major League Wrestling, pretty much the gloves are off when they want to chat or when they want to do a shoot or when they want to come out and do an interview. Gloves are off when they do it. It's pretty much the same way with AEW. 2000, you were still in hardcore and extreme art. Yeah, let's get Tim in here. Let's get Tim in here. I hadn't invited Tim yet. Yeah, let's get Tim in here. Yeah. Um, 2000 ECW had a big turn going for it for a while. I think once WWE took over, I think it weakened the product just a little bit. I think it did. That's just my opinion. Attitude, I have not watched wrestling since 2008, said Eric. Hey, you know what? That would probably be exactly what we want is somebody like Eric that hasn't watched wrestling in 15 years tell us, yeah, was already being sold right before. Yeah, yeah. So Eric, yeah, definitely, Eric. Shoot me your email. That will be awesome. We get Eric in here too. He hasn't watched wrestling in 15 years, folks, and he can tell us you know what wrestling was for him. If he's 30, he can tell us how it was in the early 2000s, or if he's 50 years old, he can tell us how it was in the 80s and 90s. So that's the thing. Different age groups, different eras. A lot of that. It's crazy. It really is nuts. And let's see. Let me. Still waiting for an email. I'll come. Oh yeah, yep. We got you. We sent that. So it's coming Pony Express. It's going through West Virginia right now, coming up almost to Canton. Once it gets to Canton, it's there. It has reached Canton, Ohio, and now it's on its way to Cleveland. Eric, yeah, definitely give me your email, Eric. Yes, we're gonna have as many on here as wants to come on here. For me, I think the earliest remembrance I have of watching wrestling was probably 1970. Oh wow, 76. Rip Hawk. Oh, Eric's getting a nosebleed from worrying about coming onto my channel. How about that? I'm going to SummerSlam in Detroit. Oh wow! And he hasn't watched wrestling in 15 years. How about that? Wow. Want to talk about the heels today? Famous heels that were able to go from one market to the next market and stay as heels, or somebody maybe wasn't. Here comes Bob right now too. Bob's not a big wrestling fan. Bob's not. What's up, Bob?
Hey, how you doing?
We're doing pretty good. We're actually going to do a chat today on wrestling. So I know you don't watch wrestling, never have watched wrestling much, but have you ever watched it in your life?
Oh, years ago I did.
Yeah. What wrestlers can you recall that you watched on TV?
Well, the Hulk and Randy Savage and
okay.
Flair and
okay. All right.
Jim Duggan.
Oh yeah, Hacksaw Jim. Yeah, with the 2x4.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did
And,
you ever have
what was it? The Iron Sheik.
Yeah, he just passed away. Yeah.
Oh, did he?
Yep. Now did let me send Tim another invite. I'll send him 2 right there. Let's see. A lot of times did any of them you watch you were like, okay, you kind of was like, okay, I'd like to see this one win, or did any of them get on your nerves enough where you was like, okay, I hope
I just
you remember that?
Yeah, I remember all of them.
Kind of went like, okay, no, you just kind of just watched it. Yeah, you just kind of watched it and just went along with it.
Yeah, that's about it.
Yeah,
I wasn't a big follower.
You didn't really. Yeah, you weren't a big fan, and you didn't really say, I want to hope this guy wins, or I hope this guy wins.
Yeah, I've never even been to a wrestling match,
Oh, okay, all right, I got you. We'll see if we can get.
Well, right now
pops on it.
Right now the Orioles are winning like 8-1.
Hey, let me put on a light here. Give me some more light here.
What's going on, Tim?
Just watching the Guardians lose.
Watch the Phillies lose today too. The Phillies are in the process of doing it.
Oh,
well, the Orioles are actually tied with the Rays with losses.
Nola is the only person I know in baseball that can go out and give 4 home runs up and go down 5-0 in 2 2/3, and they leave him in there for 6 innings. I'm like, you got to be kidding.
Context is needed. Did they use up the bullpen the night before?
No, not really. No. And plus, think about it. Plus, you got 4 days off now.
Oh, yeah. Today they did it. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Today, and yeah. So, yeah, no excuse. We got one bullpen guy going to the All-Star game. That's it.
We got one guy going.
Yeah, we got two guys going, but one guy's a bullpen guy.
Oh,
Craig
okay.
Craig Kimbrell. He got a late call on it, say he's going, but we got Castellanos going.
Uh,
How many Guardians are going?
It
3.
was going to be 2, but Clase has withdrawn because his wife or girlfriend is pregnant and she's almost due. So,
Okay, so it's going to be 1.
so I can't see anybody else.
And how about
unless-
how many Orioles are going, Bob?
got
Do you
4
know?
going with the Orioles. Got Rushman, Hayes, Cano, and Batista.
Oh, okay.
It's very solid year
Gotcha.
for the Orioles.
Yeah, they are
exactly
playing.
what I was hoping for.
Well,
They are playing.
they moved Hayes up into the starting rotation because Judge and Trout had to drop out.
Oh, okay.
So I got before you next question. I got a funny thing.
Okay.
I don't know how many of you have DirecTV or Uverse, but I have to if I'm going to watch the All-Star game on Tuesday, unless some miracle.
What channel is it on?
Fox, and that's the funny part. Uverse
Yep.
and DirecTV have canceled all the Next Star stations, which my Fox affiliate is one of them. So you got to watch it on Fox Deportes.
Yeah, I can't see it either because our Fox stations are out too.
Watch it on Fox Deportes if you have it.
Oh, okay.
You just put the mute button on, and you can. If you don't want to hear them in Spanish, just
Right.
watch the game. And
Wow.
Yeah, but our Fox station is out down here too.
so,
That's crazy. That is
Mhm.
absolute bonkers. Absolute bonkers. Tim,
yes,
the first year in your existence that you can remember that you watched wrestling, you were born 1979.
79.
Were you watching wrestling before you were 10 years old?
Not that I could remember. And if I was watching, it was probably the Wrestling Challenge or WWF Superstars.
Oh, okay. All right.
I
So
was
by the time you started watching was the early 90s then.
Yes.
Okay. So you probably do remember the NWO. You remember.
Yes.
Oh, okay. All right.
I was fully involved by 98. I had watched. Well, somebody had let me borrow the one WrestleMania that was in Indianapolis. It was in like 92 when Macho Man beat Flair.
All right.
the
Keep
title.
on chatting. Yeah, keep on talking. I'm going to invite P-Jet in here too.
Okay.
P-Jet likes wrestling, I think, too. So let's see if we can get Pete in here.
But it was pretty much, and I didn't get cable until 95. So there was no way I could have watched anything, Raw and then by, I'd say 96, 97, I'd completely missed the whole, we only had the on one TV for the cable because we didn't have it on all the TVs.
Right.
So it wasn't like, I could sneak off and try to record something and,
Right.
By 98, I was full-fledged.
I started watching, I want to say in 74 or 75. Either I was 6 or 7 years old, something like that. I remember a Ric Flair coming up, weighing 315 pounds, right? Yes, with dark hair, and he wasn't winning every week. There were a lot of jobbers in that Mid-Atlantic region right there for JC, for Jim Crockett Promotions that ended up making it to the ranks eventually. A guy named Buddy Landale. He got the hell beat out of him every week. He had dark hair too. Let's see. Who else? I'm trying to think of some other guys that became bigger.
Oh, I've got a few for WWE that were jobbers for them. Mick Foley was Jack Foley. And his first WWE tryout match, Dynamite Kid busted his jaw.
Huh.
And then you got Matt and Jeff Hardy opened the doors for King of the Ring the one year.
Yeah.
And they were like 16 or 17 when they started in WWE. Both of them had matches with like Razor Ramon and I think Razor was sort of he'll take on all of them. He was a good dude for them in the ring.
Here we go. We got one more here coming in.
Hey,
Harris.
Harris.
What's up, Harris? Yeah, I can remember. And obviously Harris, he and I are the same age. I don't know if he started watching wrestling about the same time I did. I was either 6 or 7, mid-70s. I was watching it, and in Maryland, man, I'll tell you what, D.C., Maryland, Philly was a hotbed of wrestling back in the day. Um, they used to have somebody named Bulldog Bob Brown. I don't know if Harris remembers Bulldog Bob Brown. You don't remember him? Um, he was a little bitty guy, and he would always wrestle for the junior heavyweight title. He ended up wrestling Nelson Royal a couple times. Nelson Royal ended up being a really good wrestler. Denny Brown used to get his ass kicked every week in Mid Atlantic. Let's see if I don't think we don't have Harris. I think Harris is on mute. So
He is.
yeah,
he's on mute. Yeah,
and I didn't mute him. I promise you, I didn't mute him.
There we go.
there he's on.
Yeah,
mute.
there we go.
All right, sorry about that.
No problem. Not a problem at all. Can anybody remember? Well, especially the older folks, me and Harris, especially because Bob's not a big wrestling fan. Tim's a little bit younger. If you're out there in chat too, maybe you can remember a villain or a heel that could go from one to the other. Now, these are the federations and the ones I remember growing up. I remember.
You talk about like heels that could jump, like WWE and NWA.
Yeah.
And that
go from Florida up to the Mid Atlantic, and Mid Atlantic go to the Mid South region right there where Butch Reed was, and then go to World Class Championship Wrestling where
the first person that will come to mind will be Ric Flair.
Well, Ric Flair was a well-traveled guy. I mean, well-traveled. But I'm talking about one that would you could spot start this guy or whoever. This is the one that comes to mind for me is Bruiser Brody. Some people they called him King Kong Brody in AWA. Then he'd go down to World Class. He was Bruiser Brody or King Kong Brody there. Then he even came to Florida. Now he didn't come to he didn't come to NWA. Crockett Promotions very much at all, but he traveled so well. There was a lot of them that really traveled well. Roddy Piper.
Yeah,
Roddy Piper was not a WWE original. You go back and look in Jim Crockett Promotions in the 70s and in the 80s. He's got one of the most vicious matches ever recorded to this day. Does anybody know who he was wrestling in that vicious match?
Oh, was it Greg the Hammer Valentine?
Exactly.
The dog collar match?
Dog collar match where they made out like he was losing his ear. What had happened was this. This is what had really happened in real life, guys. He'd been in an automobile accident about 4 months prior to that and flipped his car and nearly lost his ear. Okay? So they were able to sew it up and make it look really, really good and all. And Jim Crockett Promotions went to him and said, look, this might be a great, great angle right here. How well has that healed up? And he said, well, it's healed up all but through the back, but the bottom part of my lobe right here is still not growing back the way I want it to. He offered him cash, inordinate amount of cash. He said, look, what if we make Valentine look like he's taking your ear off? We're not going to let him bite you. So that's one thing they didn't. They didn't let him go bite right on his ear. But he says, we're going to come in there pretty much with it loosened up. And they started the blood on it. And then it was magic from there. That was the first Starrcade ever. Mm-hmm. And I'm telling you, that right there, I really to this day think that drew a lot of the quote unquote hardcore people my age liking to watch that. I really do. Have you ever watched that first Starrcade, Harris?
I remember seeing it.
the match lasted about 20 minutes, 22, something like that.
Yeah.
And I mean, he just kept ripping at his ear, and then he beats Valentine later in there. PJ, I sent you an invitation if you want to come in. Eric, you got to give me an email if you would like to come in. He got so nervous his nose started to bleed. So I don't know if he was fearing of people or what, but it was.
Who did Eric?
Eric Jensen. He said, "Look at that. Be right back. My nose is starting to bleed."
Yeah, and he's going to SummerSlam next month.
Yeah, he's going. Yeah.
Oh,
Now,
wow.
right now, all right, let's get to Harris right here with this one. Right now, Harris, you only can watch one federation or one organization. You're going to watch which one?
I'm going to watch. Stay with WWE only because of the women's division.
Because of the women's division, okay? And Tim, right now, which one would you watch?
I am almost exclusively watching AEW.
AEW, and it's because of who's in one wrestler or wrestling faction or something that maybe if you know they're there, you can't walk away from the TV. It's
CM Punk.
Okay. You see, this is the one that's interested me the last week and a half. This deal with MJF and Adam Cole. MJF has acted such a son of a bitch for the last year, and now he's acting like he's a big fan of his, running around like a puppy dog. I like that. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not a huge WWE fan at all, but this deal with the bloodline is really, really an interesting one. I'll give them that. Whoever came up with that is an excellent, excellent way to go with things. I tell you what, it's been written up. It's been written up really, really well. Whoever's done that has done a great job. Now, I hope AEW
they've done that, right?
Yeah,
that's a 4-year story arc that they've kept fresh.
I'm just starting to get into it here, just since I guess since Sami Zayn got kicked out. Yeah, since Sami Zayn got kicked out, whoever's been writing it up in the last 6 months, we'll say 5 months, has done a great job. Now, I hope AEW doesn't drop the ball here. AEW, if they don't drop the ball, this is what let's just say could happen, and probably would be a great swerve. What if Cole turned his back on him? What if Cole turned?
Well, that'd be pretty. Well, heel Adam Cole has not been seen.
Yes, and MJF is somebody that's coming to the ring and actually getting cheered. Now, wouldn't that be something? We didn't see that coming with the Usos. Look how the crowd has turned for the Usos. Now, don't get me wrong. I do realize Roman Reigns has his fans. There's no doubt about that. No doubt about it. Mm-hmm. But the way the Usos have come in now, and they're not folding their tent up to Zayn and what's his name? They're not folding their tent. No. They're still saying they're the best tag team out there. That's what I like, and I wouldn't mind at all seeing those two teams wrestle again. I don't care, even if they're both fan favorites. I think it'd be a great match.
I'll say it's the Usos probably are the better tag team. Zayn and Owens are great singles wrestlers. Mm-hmm. Okay, they get by as a tag team.
Yeah,
only because they've traveled the road together so long. Yeah. They're not a true tag team.
Right.
And look, Adam Cole, to me, I don't know if anybody remembers when he was Ring of Honor champion.
Yeah.
I absolutely loved it back then. I thought that was it. And I couldn't believe Ring of Honor was letting him go to NXT. I was like, oh my God, you can't let this guy go. You know, I'm one of the few. I understand people that love Kenny Omega. I would rather see Adam Cole wrestle than Kenny Omega. That's me. That's just me. I really would.
If you had not seen that match against Ospreay with Kenny Omega, it was worth it.
I've seen it. I have seen it, but I am so
not the one they just had. The one they just had at.
Really?
Yeah.
Was it good?
Oh, it was very good.
Oh, okay. something. It's something about if I could pick like 20 wrestlers right now out of different organizations and all, Adam Cole would be one of them. Adam Cole would be. I'll tell you another guy that's really, really to me, Alex Hammerstone. Has anybody ever watched Alex Hammerstone ever wrestle? He's at an MLW. He is Brock Lesnar, right? Except he's a little more flexible, and I'm telling you, he wrestles every week at MLW.
Robert, are they still on Vice TV, MLW, or they move away from that?
I'm not sure. I watch them on. Sometimes I even get them live on my computer. I just became a member or whatever, subscribed to their channel, MLW.
Okay.
And it pops up sometimes saying we're going live pretty soon. MLW has been out of New Jersey, out of Atlantic City, New Jersey. Most notably, they bought out the Showboat Casino got bought out a few years ago, and they've been showing wrestling events in the old Showboat. They still consider it the Showboat in Atlantic City, but it's no more casino now. It's just the Showboat, where they have games for kids. We call it arcade, a whole arcade, and then a wrestling place just for wrestling, and then they got a buffet place too. But MLW, they've got John Hennigan. Everybody knows you.
Not anymore, John? They don't.
Well, they've had John Hennigan as their wrestler.
Well, they may still have him. They may still let him.
He was their He was the champion at one time. I don't know if they still have him or not. They even had his wife. I think it's his wife. She's kind of big girl.
Yeah. She goes by. Oh God, what does she go?
First off, yeah,
Taya Valkyrie.
Taya
Valkyrie. That's it. Yeah.
Yeah. And then his real this guy's name is what has he been going by in the past? John Hennigan.
He's either been Johnny Nitro,
Johnny
World, Johnny Mundo. Yeah. He was Johnny Mundo in Lucha Underground.
Mm-hmm. And he was in WWE. He was there for a while, and he had a tag team where they used to have it coats and all blowing all kind of ways. When they were coming to the ring, John and Eminem or something like that. Yeah. Eminem. I think that's what it was called.
Oh yeah, two of them then, because he also did one.
It was him and lookalike with Melina.
Yeah, well, he was the guy that was in Eminem Security.
Right.
Mm-hmm. But they were a tag team. They were a tag team. Joey Mercury, and John Morrison. Right. John Morrison.
Yeah,
Morrison and Mercury. That's who it was. Yeah.
And then he came back not long ago, and he was with the Miz for a while till his contract ran out.
Oh, okay.
And then they wrote him off.
Then I think he's at MLW, and they also have Jacob Fatu, wrestling for him too at MLW. So they really have a good organization there. Then down here in Raleigh, North Carolina, they got Duke Championship Wrestling, and they've got I don't know who the guy is wears a mask. Let me see if I can figure it out. Maybe I can figure that one. But I do know they've got Colby Corino. Colby Corino, everywhere when he wrestles in the NWA, he gets booed but he's a fan favorite there. He's a fan favorite there. Let's see if I can find out. NWA, obviously, their world champion we know is Tyrus. We've known him as what was Tyrus also known as?
Brodus Clay.
Brodus Clay, yeah.
Right.
And I know the reason he's a world champion. He's a world champion in NWA because he gets to go on Fox News with a belt sitting right there in front of him for 2 hours, 3 hours at a time. And I think that's the reason they keep the belt around him rather than somebody taking a chance on somebody like a Matt Cardona or Trevor Murdoch again. And Murdoch's had it. I realize that. But Nick Aldis, he presented himself as a champion. Now he's in Impact. Did he win a championship last night?
I didn't even see that they had.
I don't know if he did or not either.
You said Murdoch had the belt?
He was the NWA World Heavyweight Champion for a while.
Oh, okay.
He was, and their women's division's pretty good because they got the Brick House Camille. Have you ever heard of her, Camille?
No.
Oh my gosh! Have you ever seen her wrestle, Tim?
No.
Oh my goodness, she is. Have you ever heard of Tom Latimer?
Yeah.
Tom Latimer was in WWE for a while, I think, and I know he's been in Impact. He's in the NWA now. That's her husband. Yeah. So
I'm back, you guys.
Hi, Bob.
Didn't know you were gone.
I was talking on my phone with my stepdaughter.
Nothing wrong with that.
Didn't know you were gone.
You didn't, huh?
Well, I
We're
thought
right
maybe you were sleeping.
Huh?
I thought maybe you dozed off or something, but
No. Then I had to get up and go to the bathroom.
all right, that's enough. We don't need no more info.
Oh.
Well, they got Slammiversary coming up next week, so they haven't had their pay-per-view yet for Impact.
Oh, okay.
But let's see what that card is.
Oh yeah, and who is the guy? What's AJ? No, it's not AJ Styles when he does this. Is it
Daniel
him?
Bryan.
Daniel Bryan. They do yes. Let me give you guys a reason. Darlene has got herself a job.
Nice.
Yes. Great news.
So in a couple weeks, yeah. So we're happy about
Was it
that.
one of the leads that came in from somebody from YouTube?
I don't think it was a lead. It was now you know what? Let me tell you this, and let me kind of flip the script a little bit. She has worked for like 3 different companies in the last, let's say, 30 years.
Okay.
One of her best friends helped her get hired first place. Okay. She decided to leave there. One of her good friends helped her get placed at the second job. That job was either given out or she wanted something different. Another one of her friends helped her get placed in the third job. This one right here, she went right to the computer, put in for it. She had a 1 in 400 chance. 400 applicants got it, was in on it. She made the final 3. She got the job.
Great.
So by herself, no help, and she's in there cheering right now too a little bit. But she said she cried so much after she was told she was hired, because she was just proud of herself for being able to get the job without any. Don't get me wrong. She appreciated all the help. Anthony had tried to get her on his company. A couple other people had contacted us, and she had made contacts. And it's great to know contacts, but I'm sure something in there that told her when she got hired, and she knew she did it all by herself, on her own merits, nobody giving a word for her. And they calling her and say, Darlene, you are hired. You are our choice. She just started, like I say, the tears came. And she came to me and she said, I made it on my own. So.
You also got that job that you were looking into, didn't you, at school?
Yeah, I got it at school. And right now I actually have talked twice to a place that delivers car parts, which I've done a lot of that in the past, and I'm really, really hoping maybe I might transfer to doing that very, very soon. BNSF rail fan, so is that San Francisco Bay and San Francisco Railway? I don't know.
Well, hello.
Yes, hello. Tell us what BNSF. I'm gonna say San Francisco.
I think it's Burlington, or Bingham. It's Burlington Northern.
Burlington Northern.
San Francisco.
Do you think it is San Francisco Rail?
Larry Harris. I think that might be Larry Harris.
You never know who Larry Harris is signing in as.
Well, Larry, well, I'll be
That's
damned,
Larry
Larry.
Harris.
I'm
Well,
Larry.
damn.
It says.
Well, Larry, come on and join us, damn it. You'll come in here and act like you don't come in and act like you don't know us. You called us bad names, I'm sure, behind our back. You may as well do it in front of our face now. Shit.
Well, now the
Oh hell.
the Orioles are winning 14-1
Oh
now.
my gosh.
Yeah, I was going to say, game's close, Bob.
Yeah, it's a close one.
For the Guardians today against the Royals. So they'll enter the All-Star break at 500.
Did anybody in this room think the Orioles will have the second best record in the American League?
I don't know about second best. I had them I think I'm second and third in the division, I believe. Not second best in the
Yeah,
league.
go back. Hey, Rob, that's what we can do one day this week. We have a show and review
Go back
our preseason.
Go back to our baseball. Yeah, go back to our baseball stuff. Yeah, maybe Wednesday.
So we're at the All-Star
What are
break.
you doing Wednesday? What are you doing Wednesday night? You working?
I guess we're going live Wednesday night.
Wednesday night sounds like a great time. How's that sound, Tim?
That can work.
All right, let's do it. I've actually got everybody's picks and stuff right here, because I know who wrote them down. Keith wrote it all down. Keith wrote everything down. He just left it there. He just told me, Rob, Rob,
That's right. Keith was sitting next to you.
Right.
Yeah, that's right. He was there. Yeah,
he wrote everything down. So yeah, I got it right here. We got to get Keith in here. I invited Keith to come in here.
Yeah, I didn't pick the Orioles to be where they're at now. Beginning of the year.
I picked them down to bottom. But how about this? Every team in the AL East has a winning record, and the Red Sox, wouldn't they be leading the Central right now? That's absolutely bonkers.
I know.
Anybody over 500 would be leading the Central Division.
Nobody picked Cleveland.
The entire division is in the top 7 in the American League.
Yeah. Nobody would have picked Minnesota, Cleveland, to be that. I mean, I don't think nobody pictured them to win 100 games. Let's don't go crazy. But they're not even on pace to win 81. I mean, yeah. Well, somebody win a division. That's crazy.
And teams like Miami and Arizona, we picked them down near the bottom, I believe.
Arizona has been a pleasant surprise, and I tell you what, they shouldn't have been such a surprise. They're one of their pitchers from last year. Did he win the Cy Young last year, or
no? That was Alcantara from the Marlins won the Cy Young.
Alcantara, okay, maybe he came in second or third then, but it's one of the kids from one of the young guys.
Zach Gallen, probably, yeah.
Yeah, Gallen. And I mean, all they've done since then is just add on to it. I would have never thought Atlanta would be where they are.
I didn't expect Atlanta to be that far out in front.
Atlanta's a great team. They're not just good. And I'll tell you a team that's dropped the ball. I think, considering all the talent that they've had. How about the Yankees?
And
the Yankees,
both New York teams.
Yankees.
Yeah. Both New York teams. You're right. Both New York teams. Yeah. How many starting pitchers from New York are in the All-Star game? One or none? None? Okay. From the Mets or the Yankees, huh? Wow.
And when's the last time that's happened?
Mm-hmm. Garrett Cole has not pitched as well as I think a lot of people figured he might. Scherzer's been on an awful lot. And then what's his name? Hadn't hardly pitched at all this year.
Verlander.
Yeah, Verlander. That was. How about some of the moves that the Astros have made in the last 5 years? Could they have timed that any better not to sign him this year? I mean, you think about it. Did he?
They sort of have the Patriots thing. They kind of know when to let people go.
Right. They don't grow in love. They don't fall in love with you. They let you go and say bye, and that's what you got to do. Did he win? Did he win the Cy Young last year?
Yes,
he did. Yeah.
He won the Cy Young last year, and they said bye. And I was one of them that said, "Look, the guy's got to have a couple more years left in him." They knew what they had. They let him go. Look, even if he had been out right now and be 9-3 this year, right? the Astros are in fine shape. And anybody that right now that thinks the Astros are out of the West is out of their mind. I understand Texas is playing great baseball, playing wonderful baseball, but Houston is still, to me, the team to beat in the West. How about you, Tim?
They were only 2 games. Houston was only 2 games back coming into today, so they're
Right.
Yeah.
To me, the Rangers were playing way over their head. I still don't know how they're doing it with what I still think is mediocre pitching.
Well,
No DeGrom,
I
right?
think a lot of it has to do with the schedule. They had a softer early schedule too.
That could be, yeah.
They started off a lot of games at home this year. I do know that because they started off with the Phillies. That was their opening game of the year. They started off with the Phillies and swept the Phillies.
Yeah,
and the
right
thing is,
there. I mean, case in point.
And yeah,
You're going to play everybody the same amount of times throughout the year, but when do you play them? You know, beginning of the year,
you got to catch them. You got to catch them when they're not that hot. You're right. You got to catch them when
and
they're
they
not.
get to play the Guardians coming out of the All-Star break. The Rangers.
Think about that. Think about a case in point. How about the Rays? Could they have run into a bigger buzzsaw when they ran into the Phillies last weekend? And then, I mean, this prior week, and now they've got the Braves. I mean, yeah, they just actually ran into the ultimate buzzsaw.
Oh,
they're cutting them in half.
They hit the All-Star break at the perfect time.
Oh yeah, they needed it. They needed it.
Oh,
They know now with timeout, we don't have to play the Braves no more. We know we don't have to play the Phillies no more now. Phillies playing good ball.
Yeah, but they got a lot of games coming up in the AL East.
Yeah, they do. They do.
And they've got a heavier division schedule in the second half than the rest of the division does too.
Yeah. A big reason Atlanta is as good as they are, the Mets, Washington. No, none of us picked Washington to win a lot, and they didn't. The Phillies didn't play the greatest the first third of the season, first half of the season. They didn't play great. The only team that even stood with them a little bit was Miami, and when Miami played them, didn't beat the Braves. So nobody in their division has stuck to them and been like, okay, guess what? We're gonna play you 4 times. We're gonna beat your ass 3 out of the 4. It's just not happening. It's just not happening. And then on top of that, when they travel. They went when they played the Reds, traveled the Reds. The Reds weren't playing like they are now. I mean, when they went and traveled to Milwaukee, I think they've already went to LA. The Dodgers won't win it, and I think they even caught Arizona at a time when Arizona won't do enough. Timing is everything because right now,
absolutely,
The Reds have got a couple of the kids up now that they've brought up from the minors, and they're playing out of their friggin' heads, out of their minds now. And you can better believe the Cubs, the Brewers, all those teams in the Central, they're like, okay, we do not want to play this team. Pirates, and the Pirates, we're finding out now that was smoke and mirrors. With 35 games in, they were great. 80 games in, we see a little difference now. Something's changed, and they're not winning that division. They're just not equipped to win that division. But they have a lot of good young talent, and that's the thing. Here at the All-Star break, if you're going to start making moves, especially if you want to bolster a bullpen or you need a number 4 or 5 starter, go to Pittsburgh. Go to Pittsburgh, grab somebody. And give up a draft pick or something if you have to. Do it. That's the way to do it. But
Well, and then what about what the St. Louis Cardinals are going to do come?
Right.
They're going to be I got this feeling they're going to be a huge seller come deadline.
Yeah, the big thing in Philly going around is how soon can we get the guy at first base, Goldschmidt. Well, okay, you get Goldschmidt. What are you going to give up for it? You're going to
have to give up either a high-level position, probably a high-level position player or pitcher, and a high-level
prospect
hand.
Yeah. And I got a feeling the 2 names that's going to be attached to it is probably Crawford in the minor leagues or Abel one of the two, either the pitcher or the position player, along with somebody like a Stott, Bryson Stott.
Yeah.
And I just don't know if Alec Bohm. I don't know whether they would take Alec Bohm off their hands or not. To me, I wouldn't want him. Alec Bohm just to me is not. He swings it way too much.
Minnesota's coming back.
Minnesota's on the way back. 14-3 now.
14-2. Minnesota's coming back.
They just hit a home run.
Yeah.
But the inning's over.
Remember, if it's over 12 runs, it's almost guaranteed because 12 is the record for deficit comeback in a major league.
What inning is it?
Six.
That's the sixth inning.
Sixth. Now, what's your chances that one or both teams have a position player pitch for them before the end of the game?
Baltimore won't.
I wouldn't think so, but
Baltimore just hit another home run.
Oh.
It's now 15-2.
15-2. Oh,
okay. With today being the last day before the break, probably slim to none.
We'll see. It'll be interesting.
And the reason I say that, why would you take position player out there in a game like this? I mean,
Yeah.
I know it's a piece of garbage regular season, meaningless game, really.
Yeah.
But why go out there and waste somebody, take a chance of an injury?
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see if they do put a position player out there.
I doubt that they will.
Who was it that I saw pitch? And he was throwing a robust 39 miles an hour the other day. And it was against the Phillies. I don't forget which player it was. It won't the Rays. It was when they were still at home. Somebody was pitching against them, and he pitched six. He did a 6-pitch inning.
Oh, you're talking about the Toronto game? Toronto and Tampa Bay.
No, this was in Philly. This was in Philly though.
The Nationals.
Know what? I believe it was. It was the Nats because they lost like 19-6. It was
Ildemaro Vargas.
Vargas. That was his name. That was it. And he threw a robust 39-mile-an-hour, a couple of 39-mile-an-hour pitches. He had either a 6 or 8-pitch inning. And
I can pull that up for you here.
It was
Vargas.
He came back out and pitched the second inning.
8-pitch inning.
8-pitch, yeah. Perfect too. He didn't give up any hits.
Nope.
No. Yeah, I saw that one. I'm like, look, you lose. I think at the time 18-6. It might have been 19-6.
Yeah.
He's coming off that field. You can see every damn tooth from the back of his head to the front of his damn head doing like this when he's going in the dugout. He's probably 21, 22 years old. I don't have a problem with that at all. When you get the hell beat out of you, and a manager comes up to you and says, "Look, will you pitch for us?" He cannot be expecting you to go in there throwing 90 miles an hour or throwing heat and stuff. He's just wanting you to get by for him. And when he's walking off that field, a couple of them give him high fives. I know the Phillies didn't like it, but I'm thinking this way. If I'm a teammate of his, and I've been playing out in that hot-ass field, and it's 90 damn degrees out there, 95 degrees in Philly, and you get me off in 8 pitches, man, I'll go in there and I'll pour your next drink for you while you're sitting on the bench. Damn right. Are you kidding? Hell yeah. I'll take your glove off for you and put an ice pack on your arm.
I think Major League Baseball wanted to regulate that a little bit because they didn't want these pitchers going up there throwing softballs up there and inflating stats. That's part of why they had to put that new regulation for when position players can pitch, and not until after the 7th inning.
7th inning, right. 7th inning now. So it'll be interesting to see what happens with Minnesota, especially. They went through their bullpen so much in the last series. It's going to be interesting.
What do you guys think about some of these teams' new jerseys they're coming out with?
Oh man, what was that one I saw recently? And I was like, "Oh my god, it looked like shit."
I hate the Baltimore one.
Really?
One of the City Connect jerseys kind of.
Oh yeah, when they got 3 letters in the front.
That was Washington.
Oh yeah, yeah.
WSH
WSH.
on it. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man, I hated that. I thought that looked like shit.
And I hate
Total
Baltimore's
shit.
all black uniform with Baltimore, and I can't stand. They haven't even won a game with it on yet.
All right.
And they'll wear it in the first game of the playoffs.
Yeah, probably.
Let's look at it another way too. Let's say that team is yours. You're the owner of that team. The first thing you think about for your team is comfort. You go out there when it's 100 damn degrees and you throw a nice black jersey on. You can't tell me it's the best thing you can ever have is a nice light white or gray, and
then you put black pants with it.
Or they can have orange. They can do the orange deal. There's so many ways they can do it. They can have Oreo. I've even heard them say something about they wanted to put an Oreo on each hip on their pants. Why not? That's awesome. Do something different. They act like you can't go back in time, or you can't just be creative enough without something like a BAL or some bullshit like that on your. That's garbage.
Well, look at what the White Sox are wearing on Sundays. They're wearing their 70s and 80s jerseys.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, to me, I would love to see if they could make something where pick a weekend date and wear a throwback jersey.
Yeah.
If you're the home team, wear a throwback jersey.
Phillies at home. Everyday game now. You know those jerseys that they had were kind of brown. You know, the light blue with the brown P. Mm-hmm. You know that. Yeah. That's what they do every home game, day game. They do that. Okay. That's it. And I don't have a problem with that. That's great.
Oh, me neither. I got zero issues with that.
Yeah, I don't have a bit of problem with that. But why don't you? If you're going to come out with a new, something new, especially if you got like a Cardinals or you got a bird like an Orioles, don't tell me there's nothing you couldn't do. Oh my God, there's 100 ways you can go with that situation. Right. Jeez. All right, look. Another way they could do it in Baltimore. Take a picture from the harbor. Let's get the skyline, and then put the skyline on their jersey. What the hell is wrong? Nothing's wrong with that.
I'd like to see them put on their jersey instead of Baltimore to gut, put Birdland or something like that.
That'd be okay too.
Because that's what they call the area, you know.
There's so many things they can do with it. I know a lot of shirts that you get up here in Philly. If you were just wanting to buy shirts, it's got like the Blue Cross building, and then the downtown view of the city.
Yeah,
I don't have a problem with that. And then down at the very, very bottom of it, kind of in the corner right there, they got the little Liberty Bell right there on Market. Right there on the old right there in Old City. Do it. It's nothing saying you can't do it. Right. Okay, if you're Cleveland, why don't you take a nice picture of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame or something? Have a guitar go up inside or whatever, and in the background maybe have the lake. Is that Lake Erie?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Have Lake Erie and have
take landmarks of the city that you're playing.
Yeah. That way you don't even have to put a Cleveland nothing on there. You don't have to look in there and see a Guardians hat. You can look at the jersey and tell that's where we're playing at.
The other thing is that they could have, and I hate this slogan, the land is sort of their kind of,
What's that?
The land is sort of what they could have on the jersey.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, sure. If it sells more product, then
Yeah, and then Cincinnati. Look, they were one of the first teams. They won't they the Red Legs or some shit.
Red Legs, yes.
Run with it. What is wrong?
I mean, either that or don't do it. If you know.
Right. And then Detroit. I love the old D. They have on their hat. Run with that damn thing straight across your chest too, and put a couple of them down your arm or whatever. Do it. New York Mets. New York Mets for the longest time. The ball or whatever, that kind of thing. Roll the Big Apple. Have the Big Apple across there. It's nothing stopping you from doing this stuff.
Yeah.
The Yankees are the Yankees. They are going to kind of stay, and I don't blame them. I don't blame them. If you're going to stay firm to what you believe, do it. The Red Sox. Now look, I'm sorry. Those ugly ass yellow uniforms you wear at that Mother's Day, they got to friggin' go. They have got to go. They are the ugliest son of a bitches I
I hate those Boston uniforms that's got blue or whatever patches on it or whatever,
Those yellow ones look like a beer softball team. They do. They look like a softball. Oh,
they're the ones that pay homage to the marathon.
Yeah,
the Boston Marathon.
It's one they wear right there in April, right there when the Boston Marathon, the explosion victim, the victims.
Okay, they're 10:30 day game. Okay.
Yeah,
but I'm sure they could come up with something a little bit nicer than that. I'm sure they could. Something. I don't know what. That
should be a camo uniform.
Something. Or hey, I don't know how many victims there were. But let's just do it this way. Let's say, for instance, there were 30 victims. Okay? Would it hurt if they put one person's name on each one of the players and the coaches and everybody in uniform in the dugout? Would that hurt?
Like you do in NASCAR.
Yeah, change it up every year. Be like, let one person pick a name out of a hat. That's going to be on my jersey. That person's name.
Would you be surprised to know that there were only 3 deaths?
Okay, so why not do this?
Put all 3 of the names on their hat or something.
Or if you got, let's say you got 30 ball players, 30 players in uniform, 10 of them that person's name, 10 of them that person's name, and have it scrolled right across above their name on their jersey. I realize they don't wear their name on their jersey at home. You wear your name on your jersey that day.
I got an even better solution. Tim, you said there were 3?
Yeah.
Why not inscribe their names inside the jersey number?
Yeah. Yep.
Like an autograph.
And look
on all the jerseys.
And then how about this? Down the left field line, put one of them's name. Down the right field line, put another one's name. And then this year,
and then behind home plate.
And then each year, we'll have somebody from their family maybe throw the first pitch out. It's not difficult, people. It's not brain surgery, folks.
Yep.
No. It's really not brain surgery. Tampa Bay, they go back to that Devil Rays. They got their Rays uniform.
They have like a sun, spot. That's what they
sunburst, like a sunburst right there on their chest.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's so many things they can do now. Texas Rangers. Could you not put a guy? With a star on it? You don't have to show a gun. You don't have to show any weapons.
But I think the Astros kind of took the star.
But with the Rangers, they could kind of do kind of like a cowboy type situation with a hat or whatever, and be everything but the gun. Don't include the gun. We know we're gonna set somebody off if we do that bullshit. But you're gonna have some specialty group that sees that. And I'll bring up something from the other night. Unbelievable to me.
Well, and then of course we get into the whole. But we completely changed the topic of one of the news that the NHL made during the offseason when it comes to jerseys. No more specialty jerseys. No Pride Night. No Hockey Fights Cancer. None of that.
What's that? The NHL?
Yep.
Yeah.
So even if it was just pregame, nope.
Well, I thought they just said no pregame specialty jerseys.
That could be it. Yeah. So they don't want any pregame specialty jerseys. Yeah. They can still have
Yeah.
their third jerseys, but they can't have any of the special.
Right, yeah,
Yeah.
they can do the specialty, but they have to be pre-approved as per rule, such and such.
I don't know, but I'm sort of ready for this 3-day period without kind of.
Actually, gonna be 4 days kind of without baseball because a lot of Thursdays are gonna be open too. So
Let's see when the next.
a lot of Thursday is open this week. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. It's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be very, very interesting.
Did anybody see the Futures game last night?
I did not watch it. I just heard about it.
Well, it was on. It was on what, Paramount or whatever. I couldn't get it anyhow. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Who you think wins the home run contest?
Well, I don't even know who's all in it. All I know is that.
0 F's given for that. I won't watch.
You won't watch a home run contest? Polar Bear probably wins it. The guy from the Mets.
Alonso,
Yeah, Alonso's in it.
They already taped the
Rodriguez. Yeah. I watched the softball game yesterday. It was on yesterday evening.
Right.
Yeah, I watched that. And oh my God, Brett Boone almost knocked one out over the major league fence.
Hey, Rob.
That's a pretty good shot.
Just to FYI, there are 0 games Thursday.
Yeah, there are 0 games. Yeah.
Yeah. I thought it was.
Yeah,
I thought it was a 4
Friday. You got a 4
Right,
straight Friday.
Right. It's four games off. 4 days off. So
Yeah.
because they even said Aaron Nola, he was walking back in the dugout right at the 4th inning or something. Said something about if he doesn't come back out and pitch, which he did pitch 2 more innings after that. Well, I don't understand why, but anyway, he was down 5-0 at one time. And they said, well, he doesn't have to worry about a plane flight tonight. And I was wondering what the hell. And then they said he's got a place down in South Florida, and then he was gonna take a flight to Vegas, and he and a bunch of friends are gonna play golf Monday and Tuesday, and then they're flying straight back to Philly.
Yeah.
You know, I was kind of surprised the Orioles brought Mountcastle back up for this one game. But
has he been in the minors?
He's been injured, with vertigo.
Oh, okay.
And
Bobby, I keep in mind when they bring them back from the injured list, they have X amount of time to activate them.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
reassign.
Yeah. Well, they sent Zimmerman down to make room for him. Of course, now they've got a whole shitload of bench players.
Well,
yeah.
As long as they keep winning.
That's it.
You a big Orioles fan, Harris?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Well, he's from Maryland, so.
Yeah. Now, have you ever went down to Tampa and watched them play?
I have not yet.
Yeah. I've actually heard the Tampa's not the toilet that everybody says it is. It's actually a decent place to go watch a game, and it's 72 degrees in there, unlike Miami, where they showed a thermometer in there last night. In Miami, it's 81 degrees inside the damn dome. No, thank you. If you go put me in a barbecue pit, at least put an apple in my damn mouth first. You know what I'm saying? Shit on that.
I got news for you. In 27, if MLB expands and Orlando does not get a team, do not be surprised if you see the Tampa Bay Rays in Orlando by the year 2030.
It could happen. Happen.
And I'm telling you right now, there are multiple plans in effect. One, to build a brand new stadium.
Yeah, and they want it closed. They want an enclosed stadium. Yeah.
Right. And the
I heard about
second
that.
is to renovate Camping World.
Oh, okay.
Which includes adding a retractable roof to Camping World.
Right. And stay with regular grass.
Correct.
Yeah, I heard about that. Yeah. Which I think that's a wonderful thing to do. Don't
Yeah, then my
You know.
part-time job becomes a full-time job because now I'm picking up 81 games.
Well,
Yeah. Because Tampa, their warning track is grass. Their warning track is actually the turf browned up because it is. It is, yeah. So they have no dirt except around the baselines there. That's it. None around by the fence. And Randy, what was his name? Randy Rosarina or something?
yeah.
Yeah. Said he has requested for them to put clay for those 15 feet or 14 feet a few times. So they would know. He said, obviously, we couldn't jump off of that and save home runs as easy, but at least we know when we're coming close to hitting the fence. And it makes all the sense in the world because they said all it is a seam. It's just a sewn seam in there from where it goes green to brown, and that's all it is.
Yeah.
And
Because all you're doing is you're putting your hand back, which I was, of course, never being a outfielder. One time in Little League, I actually did kind of run almost not full steam into the fence, but
right, that's a good way to break an arm too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Of course, they didn't tell you, hey, put your arm out. Well, the problem was it was maybe a 4-foot fence, and I was already about 5'2", 5'3", so it wasn't like I had to reach down to do it.
Yeah, and then there's other things too. So let's say you're not going straight for the fence. Let's say you're going at an angle, and your hand obviously doesn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden, next thing you know, you still got twisted and broke. Anything could happen. I am arm injuries now scared the shit out of me since I've had my arm injured so bad. So now, people mention, hey Rob, we got this and we got this going on, but you got to go out here and mess in the ice. Since 2018, ice ain't me and ice. The only way me and ice are getting relationships into my damn cup. yeah, I'm serious. Yeah, snow and ice, we're gonna get you to scrape. Oh hell no.
Yeah, Rob, I'm not inviting you to come up to the Northeast Ohio in December, January, and February.
Yeah. Eric Jensen says my World Series right now would have Atlanta and Houston. Houston's got to warm up a little bit in order to be there, man. I tell you what, Houston could definitely do it. I am so and I ain't trying to go against you, Eric. I am so rooting on for Texas. I would love to see Texas in the playoffs. I want to see Arizona in the playoffs. I want to see some new teams. I want to see some new blood. We're not going to see Kansas City.
You realize Kansas City's only a game or half a game worse than the A's?
I'm going to take the best division in baseball. It's going to be somebody in the AL East at this point.
It looks
I don't know.
Right. And Kansas City and the A's right now pretty much deadlocked. Fighting for 45 wins. Yeah. Yeah. We're going to see who wins 50. I don't think neither team wins 50. 45, you think so?
That's going to be close.
Because they played them almost.
Somehow they'll get to 50.
I don't think so because they're almost to 100. They're almost to 100
The problem is we don't know in September who's going to be
called up.
Well, plus, who's going to have things sewn up and who's going to play,
All right, but another thing, you don't know who all they're going to give up to in trades.
Okay.
That's another thing. I mean, anybody worth their salt right now, they liable to end up going to somebody, a mid-level team that says, okay, we want a pitcher, we want a hitter or whatever.
Payroll.
Yeah. So they may not even be as good then. How many games has AIDS played now? They've played over 90 games.
This is game 92.
No, everybody's got 87, 88.
No. Some's got 90-some. 92,
you say? This is game 92 for the A's.
Yeah, 92 for the A's already. And how many wins have they got, 25 or 26?
Yeah, 25.
25. So that means they would have to have 25 wins in 70 games.
Not possible for them.
No.
They've won 25 in 92 games, but they got to win 25 in 22 less games. I don't think it happens.
You're probably right.
And then look over at Kansas City.
They won today, so they're at win 27.
They don't win 27. I don't think they played like 91 games.
They have played. Hold on, I can tell you this real quick.
Maybe
This is their 92nd game as well.
All right. So they've got a chance. But still, they've got to win 23 in 70. Yeah. Where they won 27 in 92 games. So they got 22 less games to win 2 extra games. Well, where they don't have to win 2 as many as this. But
does Baltimore have that many rainouts to make up?
No, there's no rainouts. No rainouts. No, it's just they're
they had a soft early schedule, man.
Oh, they had a lot of day offs.
Yeah, they did.
I mean, they're 4 games in hand to Tampa Bay.
Yeah, well, they had a lot of days off in June.
They got 3 doubleheaders coming up in the second half, Harris. Okay. Scheduled. Most teams have already played 1 or 2 doubleheaders on both ends, but they've only played 1 doubleheader scheduled so far. PJet just said it at best. A's batting .220 for the season, and with a nice little ERA of 6.07. That's not going to.
I got to look up what that number was for the 72 Rangers. What their team batting average? It was like 231, I think.
A's. I'm telling you, the A's have got guys on their team that come up to bat, and you wonder if they escaped from that.
Alcatraz.
They escaped from Alcatraz and they swam over and played. Just decided to play and go back home.
No, their team batting average, the 1972 Texas Rangers was 223 for non-pitchers and 131 for pitchers. So 217 was their team batting average.
Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, PJet says 72 Rangers were under 220. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. But their earned run average, check out their ERA for that team.
The 72 Rangers?
Yeah, it wasn't 6.2, I don't think. 6.07. I don't think it was quite that bad.
Actually, it sadly wasn't that bad.
No, it was like 4.9.
No, 3.5. Or not? Yeah, 3.5.
Was their team ERA?
Yes.
Now that shows you, folks, what can happen in 50 years. When especially with the juicy ball era going on. 3.9. All right. Now, Tim, go to current American League pitching.
Mm-hmm.
Well, how many teams has got 3.9 or better? I bet it's not 5. I bet it's not 5 teams in the American League's got that.
Wow, yeah,
team ERA.
Team average of 3.9.
You're going to be lucky to find 3.
Yeah, 3.9, and that was a team, and that was a team and only won. How many games did they win that year, Tim?
54 for the Rangers that year.
54. Yeah,
okay,
Royal.
They're the lowest team ERA right now is the Atlanta Braves at 3.55.
Yeah, that's the best.
That's the best.
Right? There's not 5 teams that's 3.90. No way. No way.
How many do you think that are under 3.9?
I said no more than 3.
I'm gonna say 4.
9 teams right now are under 3.90.
Wow. Well, I can tell you a couple of them. The Rays, Tampa Bay Rays.
Yep.
All right, and that's the Braves. Okay, another one right here. Diamondbacks.
No,
they're not. Wow.
No.
Offense is doing it for them.
Hold on. Let me see where Arizona is. Arizona is 4.37.
Wow.
Milwaukee is not under 3.9.
No. How about Philadelphia?
Nope.
Yeah. Well, then you got to say Miami Marlins. Yeah, Alcantara.
Nope. Miami's at 4.08.
Wow. Texas Rangers? No.
Just missed. They're at 3.97.
Wow. Somebody help us out. The Reds are a good pitching. They got a good young staff. I don't know if they're 3.90 though. Probably not.
Minnesota.
Hold on. Minnesota is correct. They're 3.56.
Minnesota. How about the Reds?
The Reds are.
I doubt it.
No, they're 4.91.
Yeah, okay, and he said
Baltimore?
Baltimore maybe.
Baltimore is a 418.
No,
Yeah, I knew
okay.
it wouldn't be Baltimore.
Well, you know what? Boston's actually pitched well this year, but I don't think they're
Nope.
3.90. No, they're not that good.
No.
Let's see. The Mets.
Toronto?
Nah. No, Toronto.
Yes, just under
Toronto.
386.
We got to say the Dodgers.
Nope.
No Dodgers.
They're at 4.5.
Wow.
San Diego.
Yep. San Diego is at 3.8.
How about San Francisco, the Giants?
No. The San
No.
Francisco Giants are. Let me see. Hold on.
Well, I'll tell you a
394.
team.
They just missed.
How about this team? Just look at this one. I don't think they are. St. Louis Cardinals. I think they're sitting probably at 5 or something. They are not very good. They are not good. He's looking way down the list for them. Yeah, they suck at. Everybody said they don't have any offense. Yeah, you ain't getting a damn pitching either.
St. Louis is 4.66.
How about
4,
Cleveland?
6,
Yes, Cleveland is at 3.81.
and that's no surprise there. Yeah,
Right.
you know what? Pittsburgh earlier in the year had good pitching, but I don't think they're 3.90. Nah, they're not that good.
No, 4.41.
Okay.
You're missing.
Let's see. Hold on. Let's see. Let's see.
You're missing some very good teams, and a couple
yeah,
that are not so good.
The Yankees?
The Yankees are at 3.80.
Okay, not Seattle. Not
Yes.
Seattle. Seattle.
3.77.
Have we missed any other? Or have we got them all?
Nope.
What?
You're missing 2
Colorado.
American League teams. Three American. I think 2 American League teams. I think is what you're missing.
It's not the Tigers. Not Detroit. No.
Nope. Not in the Central.
Okay, it's got to be out west. Oh, the Angels. The Angels.
Nope.
No, with Ohtani. No.
No.
Well, it's not the A's. The A's
No.
are not that. No.
White Sox.
Nope. Not the Central.
Oh, not Central.
Baltimore? Boston?
Nope.
No. He said. Let's see. So it's got to be out west. Oh, we said Texas is not one of them. He said.
Houston.
What about you? There we go. 3.69 for Houston.
And was there one more? Or is that it?
Yes, that's tied with Houston at 3.69. Just beat the you-know-what out of the Braves today.
Oh, the Rays.
Yes.
Oh, okay. The Rays. Yeah. All right. Eric Jensen says, who you got winning the home run derby? I got Pete Alonso. I like Alonso. He's got a short swing. Otherwise, I would probably take Vlad Jr. Vlad Jr.'s got such a big long swing, though. I'll take Alonso in that because I think a lot of times that little compact swing, it's not as much time. It's kind of like a 3-point contest in basketball. If you ever used to watch somebody like Larry Bird shoot it, he would do it and just kind of zip it off and grab another one. Zip. Where some of them have to jump, 2 feet in the air, and when by the time you get down, it's timed. Everything's timed. So I think his short swing helps you get back. And I don't know who's pitching to Pete, but somebody said maybe it was his dad. Maybe he's going to be pitching to him. Somebody mentioned something to me that maybe it's his dad pitching to him this Monday night. We'll see. We'll see what's happening. So should be interesting. Should be a lot. And this year they're showing it live. Somebody told me they don't generally show it live.
Home Run Derby has usually been live.
Oh, has it?
Yeah, not since like 93 or 94, I think it was.
Oh, okay. Well, they're showing it live this year is what I'm hearing. So 3 hours difference for us. So
so it'll be at like 5 Eastern, I think. Or 5 Pacific, I'm sorry.
Right. 8:05 or 8:10, I think is when it's going to start on the East Coast. We've talked about baseball. We've talked about wrestling. Let's talk about some football just for a second. Football.
Wait, but before that, you do realize we have a MLB draft tonight.
Yeah, there is an MLB draft tonight. Yeah, and a lot of people saying 2 LSU players are going 1 and 2, which could happen.
The SEC could go 1 through 5.
Yeah, it could. It could. Yep.
And the earliest second generation player is Jack Wilson's kid that used to be a second base shortstop for the Pirates back in the early
Okay.
2000s. So look for him. That's about the only one I've seen. There's no Drew Jones or Matt Holliday's kid.
Oh,
this year.
okay.
So you have a kid going in top 10, top 15, but
Well, Holiday is with the Orioles.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was just saying there's nobody like that this year
Oh, okay.
in the draft. Football. I looked at something the other day, which didn't have anything to do with Vegas, thank goodness, because I would have jumped on it. Had the over-under for the New York Jets with Aaron Rodgers this year at 11.5. Over-under, Tim, 11.5. You going over?
Under, because I think they might get 9 or 10.
Okay. How about you, Harris? 11.5 wins for the Jets.
I'm going under because I still don't see him going 500.
How about you, Bob?
No, I don't think they're even with Rodgers. I don't think they're going to be very good.
I'm like this. I think they could have another quarterback come in there and do better than Rodgers. We've seen what Rodgers could do. Rodgers didn't impress me last year. Rodgers didn't have bright spots like people want to say. Rodgers did not have that, and people jumped after him and all. I don't understand it. It's a like Eric says, it's a tough division. You're gonna play Miami twice. That's not gonna be a walkover. You're gonna play the Patriots twice. Now I understand. They may even have a new coach by opening day. The way I'm hearing it right now, they're going through that phase with Belichick and they've had a knockdown drag out. I heard last Thursday. So we'll see what happens. But he may not be the coach come the start of the year.
If that happens, that won't be his decision.
Oh yeah, if Belichick's not coaching, it's going to be Robert Kraft's decision.
Yep.
Yeah, damn right, Kraft to get rid of him. I got the Lions winning the NFC North.
That's completely possible.
It is.
The Vikings.
I like your Vikings right now.
No,
I like your Vikings.
Not without Thielen and without Dalvin Cook. Well, he wasn't really playing all that much anyway. But
yeah,
to me, they'll fold like a cheap suit late in the season. I'm
Yeah,
not really sure about their defense. They won a lot of close games last year.
Yeah, they did.
May not win this year.
Yeah, and then I hear all this talk about the best quarterback coming back in the NFC North is going to be Fields, and I'm like, okay, what makes him great? Didn't he go 5-12 last year? Didn't he go 5-12 last year?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah. What's got anybody on a train of Chicago right now thinking they're going to win 10 games? I don't think they do it. Harris, Chicago win 10 games this year?
No.
I don't see it. Tim?
I don't see it either.
No, I don't think I don't think they're going to. They're not going to win their division. I don't even think they'll come in second. I don't think they're that good a team right now.
Just for
I really don't.
I wasn't carrying a government issued laptop with me the day I go back into the office. I might have to stop in the Jet Casino sports book and see what they're offering for futures for Jets wins. Because if it's 10.5, I'll jump all over. Not put a whole lot of money on it, but I'll jump all over that under.
Right. Yeah.
Might not pay a whole lot, but I'll jump on it.
Right now, to me, I think if I was going to do a clear cut division winner right now, I like the Jags in the AFC South.
Oh yeah.
Look who they're going against. They're going against Houston. They got Indianapolis, and then they've got Tennessee. And I'm hearing Tennessee's coach may be out before it's over with. Tennessee doesn't even know who their quarterback is. They have no idea. They got 3 quarterbacks right now. They have no freaking clue who's going to start. Houston right now, to me, of all the 4 teams, of those 4 teams other than Jacksonville, Houston has a clue. Houston
Yeah.
got rid of a lot. Houston got rid of a lot, but got draft picks in return. They got a lot of picks coming up, and if they use them properly, they may have something going on there. Did they? Are they the ones that got the kid from Alabama,
I
Bryce?
think so, yeah.
Bryce Young. I think Bryce Young
Yes.
went there. Yeah, they're. Look, crazier shit's happened. The kid can play the game. We know that. We know he
Bryce
stays
Young
hurt.
went to Carolina.
Oh, Bryce Young went to Carolina. Who went to Houston? They got a quarterback. That's right. Bryce Young went to Carolina. That's right. Who went to Houston? Somebody help us out in the chat. Who the hell went? Kid from Ohio State.
Yeah.
Stroud. Yeah, C.J. Stroud. That's where he went. So, look, and he proved, I mean, I'll tell you somebody that was totally against Ohio State's, doing anything with Stroud, and that was Keith. And Keith watched him play that one game where he was throwing the ball all over the place. He's got the arm. If he can stay in the pocket, if he decides he wants to be another Jackson in Baltimore, you might as well put the sand in the hourglass and just wonder when the hell it's going to be over for him. Because who right now thinks Lamar Jackson's going to play 17 games for him next year? Harris?
He's going to be lucky to finish the season.
Yeah, he ain't gonna make it the whole season.
Ain't no way. I don't think he will.
He hasn't made a full season yet.
He's got to change his way. You cannot think run first, throw second in this league. You cannot do it and survive.
Well,
you can't do it.
He wants to or not, the coaching staff has that in his head. Fire fucking Harbaugh.
Yeah. But you got to go in there with the mindset that I've got 2 or 3 receivers, 1 or 2 running backs, and 1 or 2 tight ends going out on the patterns every play, and I got to find somebody. I got to look. If I can't, I got to learn how to throw the ball away, and that's nothing wrong with that. Throw the ball away, live another day, and that's what I go by that one. Go for it.
I have this thing. Down here, everybody's thinking Young's going to be the savior of the Panthers, but I don't think so. He hasn't even proved himself in the NFL yet.
Yeah, and that's the thing.
And he's small. He's a small quarterback.
Right, he's 5'10", 5'11". You're right. He's not even 6 foot tall. He's proven it in college, and that's the only place he's had a chance to.
Right.
He had that chance. He's been injured, often injured. Yes. I think he can more. I'll tell you what's really I think is going to hurt him is not having the kid that was running back last year that went to the 49ers, McCaffrey. Not having him, I think that hurts him a lot. He needs, and I'm hearing that they're talking to Dalvin Cook. Now, if they're able to get Dalvin Cook in there with a couple of receivers that they've got right now, and don't they even have a wide receiver that came from? Didn't they get him from Minnesota too? Who was the guy that left Minnesota? Thielen. Didn't he go to Carolina?
I'm not sure.
I think he went to Carolina. I think Thielen's in Carolina. I'm not sure.
Right.
But if that's a case, and you get Cook and you got Thielen, they got decent players. They've got a decent
one.
Yes.
He'll be 33 to start the season. Oof.
Yeah, he's a little older. Yeah, he had turf toe during the offseason, which I didn't realize that too. So he's getting over some injuries, no doubt about that. But it's at the right time. He's going to be healthy for the season. So with Adam Thielen, and if you've got yourself Dalvin Cook down in Carolina, Bryce Young has a chance. I think they have a chance to go 500. I really do. Now I realize, okay, you're playing Tampa twice. That should be at least 1 win, maybe 2. You're playing New Orleans twice. Well, New Orleans they're a total different team this year. New Orleans is a real deal, I think, I think if you win one of those, you're probably going to be pretty damn lucky. Then you play in Atlanta twice. You just don't know what you're getting with Desmond Ridder. You really don't. But if you can, in that division, if you can go 4-2, let's say 3-3 or 4-2, I think they can go 500. I really do. I think so.
I think that entire division can go 3-3 against each other this year.
It could. It could. Now I'm not sure Tampa's going to win 3 in their division. I think if they win 2, they'll be pretty lucky. But that's me thinking Kyle Trask is going to be their starter starting the year. I'm not sure he is, but it's looking like Kyle Trask is going to be starter game 1 right now. We'll see what happens there. Wednesday night, guys, looks like we're going to be talking about baseball, and we're going to be talking about the first half this year and what we think could happen in the second half. Is anybody got anybody hitting 60 home runs this year?
No.
Ohtani would be the only one that I think comes close.
I don't think anybody will.
Ohtani, if he's healthy.
And then on top of that, we also got to talk about, is Ohtani going somewhere else? And because, all right, right now the Angels are starting to fade a little bit. And then, especially if they talk to Ohtani and say, look, what if we do this? We trade you. You go across town and play for the Dodgers. And then guess what? Home is here for you, brother. We will sign you to a lucrative 8-10-year deal. That's
There's
what
no
I think.
way they're signing him. He just turned.
How old is he? I'll bet he gets an 8-year deal. I'll say he gets an 8-year deal. I say he'll get at least 8 years.
I say he gets whatever the hell he wants.
Yeah.
And let's face it, I don't care how good or how bad the Angels are, as long as he's on that roster, he's pitching every day, he's batting every day, he's going to put asses in seats.
He will. And if he's not playing for the if he's not playing for the Angels, wherever he goes,
he'll put asses in seats.
Yeah, you're right.
So interesting about putting asses in seats. I've seen that there has been a large shift in attendance from teams that you might not have thought of. Like the Guardians have increased their attendance this year. I'm thinking partially it's due to the pitch clock. Friday night, the Guardians played a 1 hour and 53-minute game. That was
really
3-0. Because
now
they can get their kids 2.5 hours in, out, done, go.
There were 7 teams that lowered their ticket prices in the off season. Did you know that?
No,
17. Now you can tell me whether they raised whether their attendance is up. Texas, is their attendance up?
I would hope so.
I would hope so too. They lowered their ticket prices. Colorado lowered their ticket prices.
I would probably say not, because their team's not been good.
Philadelphia lowered their ticket prices. How about that situation with signing of Trey Turner too? Mm-hmm. Tampa Bay, they lowered their ticket prices. Well, look, what else are you going to do when you only get 8,000, 10,000 seats people in the seats? Lower the damn price and hope to get 25,000.
Right.
Sell hot dogs. Hell,
parking still going to do no good there because they say the place is falling apart. Before the season's over, I will make the trip to Tampa, and I will take us live in there.
Tour. All right. I'd love to go down there too. I'd love to make it down there before the end of the year, sometime in September. I'd love to go down there and watch a series. I'd love to. Let's see, the other 2 teams that lowered their ticket prices. Seattle lowered their ticket prices.
15-2. It's final, Bob.
Yeah, I know.
And Detroit.
No position player pitched.
No, I didn't think they would.
Detroit lowered theirs too, which they should. They're not putting much on the field this year, are they?
Well,
is Cabrera still there?
Yeah, he has not. But he'll be there for the entire season.
No. They're not going to do that. Is he an all-star?
No.
I didn't think
they're not going to pity all-star him.
They shouldn't. They shouldn't. No.
If you wanted to have him like come out, like be like a captain or something, like a non-roster captain.
What number now is it that he's trying to make? Didn't he get to 400 or 500? He got to 400 home runs, didn't he? I think he reached that goal.
Yeah, I believe he did.
But I don't think he can get 500. I don't think he.
No.
What number is it he's looking at right now? Or how many home runs has he got for his career?
508. Because he had 500 last year.
So he's got 508. How many RBIs has he got in his career?
1860.
All right. So he may be, it's still going to be a stretch trying to get 1900. He's not getting 40 RBIs second half, not in 72 games. 70. No,
he only has
way.
13 this season.
He don't even play that much at all.
How many at bats?
159.
159 at bats, 13 RBI. Wow, 1 every 10. That's not a lot. Yeah. No. Well, actually, about 1 every 11. Wow. That is something. Wednesday night, guys. Bob, Harris, Tim. We'll see if we can get Keith in here. We'll see if we can get Anthony in here. We'll see if we can get Larry's ass in here if he don't take off on us. Eric Jensen's more than welcome to come in here with us. And if you're a big baseball fan, you're invited to come and join the channel as well. Maybe we'll have Apple Brian in here. Maybe we'll have Dave in here.
Sean Alexander. I mean,
Sean.
Sean Armstrong.
Armstrong.
And I invited him today.
How is what's his face doing in New York with his horses?
My man Travis.
Travis, yeah.
Travis is now engaged to be married.
Oh, congratulations to him.
Yes, Travis is engaged. Rosemary is her name. Is
that a good thing or a bad thing?
Yeah.
I don't
humans potentially. So yeah,
I'm just asking. I mean, inquiring minds.
Oh, Harris, I have a question to ask you.
Okay.
A couple months ago, I got a delivery at my house, and I had asked Rob if you were delivering it. And he said no.
No, I didn't deliver nothing.
Remember you sent me that food, Rob?
Yeah.
What?
What it was? Me and Keith, we went on the Walmart app and sent some groceries to Bob, and we told him we sent Harris down there to deliver it to him.
Oh my God!
So this has been March. This was end of March. This was right before we messed our car up. So it was like 25th of March or whatever. During spring training.
Yeah, it's the end of March. Yeah.
Yeah.
Inquiring minds want to know, especially who sent Harris all those tabletop games.
Really? So he had some frozen pizzas and some frozen pizzas and peanut butter and stuff like that.
Hot dogs and stuff like that.
Now, if you sent Harris some games to his house, you actually knew his address, right? And it was sent. How was it sent, Harris? By postal service, by UPS, or by?
That came directly through Amazon.
Oh, okay. So it came through Amazon.
Yeah.
If you are the person, the perpetrator,
Two of them.
Oh yeah, 2 times. If you are the person that did that, send him a 3rd. You all have a great evening. Look at his face. Send him one and say it's from all the jabronis. Send it from Rob, from Bob, from Tim, from Keith, and everybody, and have it coming from Hawaii.
Harris, have you opened any of those games?
Yeah, I've opened them.
Okay. I almost pulled the trigger on getting Strat Hockey was doing 20. Strat was doing 20% off their hockey games. I almost pulled the trigger on one, but I'm so far in debt it's not even funny. So
Harris says he's never coming on here again to tell anybody what he's got and what he needs because he said he lied with him getting it the next day. Oh my gosh! What's your thoughts on Britney Spears suing that top pick security guy for allegedly slapping her? All right. Look, let's be for real. If you've seen it, right? Alabadambi Yamba or whatever the hell his name.
Wembanyama.
All right, he's 7'5" and he's 19 years old, playing in the summer league. He's leaving the court. This guy is a security guard for him.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Nobody's told you Britney Spears is there.
Right.
Britney Spears walks up to him, pats him on the shoulder. Right? Does anybody remember Wimbledon 25 years ago? Does anybody remember? It wasn't Wimbledon. It may have been French Open. But does anybody remember somebody named, what was her name?
You're not talking about Monica Seles getting stabbed in 1999.
Monica Seles.
It was a side tournament.
All right, it was a tournament, though, and somebody come up on her back.
Yeah, I remember.
And they had a damn knife.
Yeah, I remember that.
All right. This guy has got they say at least 70 people around him, right? And his job is to get this guy safely to the next room. She comes and pats him on the back, right? It's not the security guard's job to find out, oh, you're famous. You're Britney Spears. He's working. Ask Harris. It's not Harris's job if somebody's up there in section 302 and up there starting a damn fight. It's not his job to find out if you're a MLB player showing your ass. It's not his job to do that. It's his job to get them to quit, to find a way to stop. Yeah.
Point in case, Johnny Damon was at the game last night.
Oh, really?
Acting like a total dick.
Really?
Okay, so, security had to settle him down.
Yeah.
Well, you know
and
what?
That's what
he did.
So,
he did.
Yeah. And then, okay, but do you blame the security guard? And for what he did, all he did was you got to move back, and he moved his hand back and popped her across the face.
He did his job. He did his job.
To me, I don't think she's got a leg to stand on this situation. I'm sorry. It's his one job. It's his one job to make sure that player gets from point A to point B safely.
Right.
And what happens if somebody was to do something like that? He's never getting a job like that ever again. He's never going to get
licensed for a reason.
Right. Exactly. He's 6'8" and weighs 350, and he is a licensed security guard, making, I'm sure, good money, and I don't have no problem with that. But it's not his job to let everybody in the world go up there and pat him on the back. All right, okay. Let's just give you a full instance. Okay, suppose that kid during the game yesterday, or day before yesterday, whenever it was. Let's say when he went up for a dunk, right? He hit his fingers up against the goal or whatever. It came down, and his hand was hurt. And then the next thing you know, you got somebody patting him on the hand, not meaning nothing by it, but ow,
not knowing he was hurt.
Exactly. Rob knows it firsthand. I got a buddy of mine when I have went to the casino before. He always sits on my damn left. He wins or I win. Hey, what's going on? And they're doing that shit. And I'm thinking, you sit on my other side, asshole. And I've said that to him since then. And me and him are friends. But people don't realize where you've had surgeries or where you've had places that injured and stuff. And you just don't touch people. And that's the thing. She went up to him, put her full hand on his back. And this guy, all he did is wave his hand. And I'm sure he got big hands, and I bet it hurt. It popped right across her face. And now, I say too bad. I hope she does not win. If she wins, number one, he probably will never work as a security guard again. And then number two, it sets a bad precedent. It sets a bad precedent.
If she wins, number two, there's a lot of security companies that
are
not going to want to do certain jobs.
Right. Exactly. Or if you're a private security guard, you're not going to want to go out here to California or Vegas or something like that, where it's going to be other stars at.
Right.
You're not going to want to be doing shit like that. Even if you're making serious coin, flying with them and doing all that shit, you're not going to want to do it because you're going to, Charles Barkley has a security guy. Charles Barkley's got one. He's a white guy, and he stands about 6'6", and he weighs about 295 or 300. But Barkley's such an outgoing guy. He has to set perimeters for this guy, or parameters for him as to, look, I'm going to talk to my fans, but when I'm ready to get up from point A to point B, you take care of me. And that's pretty much what he does. So, and that you got to know your parameters. And this guy just started watching this guy just in the last few days, ever since the Spurs picked him, or ever since he's been coming out, playing for the Spurs in the summer league. Well, guys, Wednesday night, sound good for everybody?
Sounds good.
Yep. All right. We're going to try. How about
7 o'clock?
Yeah, let's try for 6:30 or 7. If we get together a little bit before 7, that'd be great. I'll try to get all our numbers together, and anything that you guys remember that you wrote or whatever before the season, or if you want to go back and watch our preseason picks, maybe we can come up with a little snippets or whatever of what somebody might have said, okay, well, I think this person's going to do that or whatever, especially if it's something way off or right on the bat. How about that?
Okay. Well, you have a chance to email all the picks out to us?
Let's see if I can. I might be able to take a picture of them. Might be able to do that. Because it's so damn many of them. See if I can take some pictures and stuff, and I'll see if I can get it out to you.
Well, either there, or you just make an Excel spreadsheet for, let's do something like that.
Yeah. I will. I'll see if I can send a couple of pictures out. It's only two sheets right here.
Okay.
But yeah. Hey, Bob, you picked the Diamondbacks to finish last.
I know.
me and Keith and Tim picked the Diamondbacks to finish third.
Yeah, sort of...
A lot of us were off this year. I think I picked Miami to be last.
Let's see if you did. I'll look at that real quick. NL East, Bob. NL East. No, you picked the Nats to be last.
I think
that's right. I said they're going to win 12 games. That's right.
But you did pick the Marlins to finish fourth.
Yeah.
Yeah. How about this? Keith picked the the Mets to finish fourth. How about that?
That's good on him. So far.
He's at the Marlins.
Yeah, we go back and look at it. I think we all laughed at him too.
Yeah, we probably did pick at him a little bit. How about this one? Who's this? Harris. Braves, Mets, Phillies, Marlins, Nats. That's not way off. The Mets, Marlins is a little bit of a switch there. At O'Brien, Braves, Phillies, Mets, Marlins. So he went fourth there. But nobody let the Nats away from fifth. Let's see. Oh, the surprise team has got to be out west. D-backs. Nobody picked the Diamondbacks even second. Or did anybody even have them winning the division? No.
Like LA or San Diego or
Giants. Actually, Bob had picked the Giants to win the division.
They're not doing terrible this year.
No. But Keith picked the Padres. And we got how many wins everybody picked too? Yeah. Let's see. Well, how about this? At O'Brien, 100 for the Braves. How about that?
That's not offline.
Now they're probably looking closer to 110, but Tim, 100 wins for the Braves. Bob, you said 101 for the Braves. How about that? So that's pretty good. And then let's see.
Let's see what we had for like Oakland. Did we all have a pick for like Oakland?
Kansas City.
Oakland or Kansas City.
The Athletics. Everybody but one person took the A's last. Mike put the Angels last. Then they had the A's. But let's see, did anybody take the Rangers to win that division?
Probably not.
Could have been.
No. One person went with the Mariners, Bob. Everybody else went with the Astros. Yeah. There's a couple people, 4 of us, 5 of us went with the Rangers third. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then AL East. Nobody. Let's see. Right now the leader is
Tampa.
Yeah.
Tampa's in the real lead, but I don't think anybody. It might have been second, maybe third.
Not anybody picked him in the first 2. You believe that shit?
Huh.
Nope.
Yeah, I guess we thought the Rays
and Ron picked the Orioles to finish last.
Oh yeah,
I did.
I can
Rail fan, we're gonna go 7 Eastern time. 7 Eastern time. Be 6 your time. Be 6 your time. 7
Eastern, 6 Central, 4 Pacific.
Rail fan, do you want to come on here with us? You want to come on here with us? It's not anything. Trust me. If you come on here and don't get a word in edgewise, you'll be one of a bunch. All right. Because especially me, Tim, and Harris, and a bunch of us is talking, you may not get many words in, but we squeeze you in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I tell you what, do this, Rail fan. Send me. You got my email. You got to send me an email then. Send me an email, and I'll tell you what I'll even do. After I go off the air right now, we'll test and see if you can come on here with me. How about that? So I won't leave the room. I won't leave the room right now. We'll just see if we can get you in here, okay? So yeah, send me an email. You got my email address.
Said I did.
That's not Larry.
No.
No.
Not Larry Harris, but it might be a different Larry.
Is your name Larry?
Yeah, his name's Larry, but it wasn't Larry Harris.
I got it. Hold on. Oh, okay. I got you. He's into the wrestling too.
Well, he's in Kentucky.
Good. So I'm gonna invite you, Larry. Okay.
They're still trying to do Ohio Valley Wrestling there.
Perfect. I'm going to invite Larry. All right.
Kentucky.
Perfect. And the only reason I didn't invite you right now because I didn't know. I will watch it. All right, Larry in Kentucky. Okay. Wonderful. You folks have a great rest of your evening. We'll be here Wednesday night. We're going to have Larry, the Rail fan, in here with us, as well as some other folks as well. Have a great evening. God bless. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye. Hey, Larry, you get an email. Hit that button. Yeah. Spider Kid. Okay. We'll tell you more about Spider Kid Wednesday night, too. You got to hear this one. Okay. Hey, guys. Have a good one.